Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are in the world today. I am the doctor, and you know why. Today we're going to be talking about a few things that may grind your gears, they may upset you, or they might make you extremely happy. During this video, we would appreciate it if you didn't talk, shut off your phones, and keep your hands above the table. Basically, the studio we're in today is fully equipped for any type of situation you could think of. We've got some amazing lights, amazing audio, amazing camera, and there's nothing about the studio that I have to complain about. The crew who works with us, they do a fantastic job. They've worked in Hollywood, Bollywood, and other sites that we can't talk to you about for confidentiality purposes. But don't worry, everything in the studio is top quality. We would never give you anything less than the best. Everything, like, you name it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it.
I'm very grateful for what the doctor provided us with all the equipment. But I got these lights right staring at my face. And I swear to God, I kid you not, I cannot see a foot in front of me. And I got these flashing lights in the back of the camera, you guys can't see it. And they're so distracting, like, I can't stop staring at them. I swear to God, I cannot stop staring at them. And finally, I got this microphone between my legs. Like, we haven't even gone to dinner yet. Why are you between my legs? That's all I gotta say. Don't even get me started with the refreshment table. I'm allergic to like half the stuff on that thing to begin with. There's like nuts, shellfish, fish. I can't even eat that. I can't even be 20 feet to that. I'm just gonna smell it, just swell up. I don't want to swell up in front of the camera. All I can actually eat are these little jujubes. And you know jujubes, you get them stuck to your teeth. I can't even talk properly. And I'm talking in front of a camera here, in front of an audience. And then finally, we got this Pure Life water. I don't want to say any disrespect to Pure Life, but their water tastes like rat piss. I'm just gonna put it up straight up, rat piss. That's all I gotta say.
Above all, about this studio, one of the things that I just cannot get past is the quality of our snack table. It's like Gordon Ramsay came in the middle of the night and redid the whole thing for us. We have some really good oysters, mussels, cashews, a little bowl of peanuts, a couple walnuts, and we also have some really good water. One of the greatest things about it is that just whenever we're off camera, we can just go suck out an oyster shell, maybe put back a few cashews, get some salt going, and then you can wash it all down with Pure Life water. I mean, when they say pure, I've never seen purer than that. Like Eska, Evian, Fiji, take a lap, because Pure Life is where it's at. In a previous video I made, I discussed the issues with society today, and I talked about how society as a whole was falling apart. I feel that society is a crucial element to the entire world, because without that global responsibility of society, what are we as a human race? How are we expected to coexist with our fellow humans if society is in shambles? I can't get past the fact that, you look outside and you just see society going on its day-to-day life, and everything changes from one day to the next. It's different. And I mean, you shouldn't be treating this as a joke. This is something serious. This is something that needs to change.
I would like to share a definition with you. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines society as a companionship or association with one's fellows. I don't know about you, but I see that a lot in the world today. You got the Olympics, you got the United Nations, you even got the G20. It's a very rampant trend that's going on in the world. Many nations are coming together to make a difference, and that's what I love about society. On to the next topic. Now we're going to be talking about etiquette at a friend's house. I'm all about respecting your elders and respecting your other friends' parents. If they tell me not to do something, I'm the first one to stop, drop my things, and just say, I am sorry. But when they don't say anything, it's fair game. Okay? If they're not home, fair game. My friend, I'll help him clean up, but if we decide to binge drinking, or even starting fires in someone's backyard, if they're not home or if they don't say anything about it, I don't see why not. They must be okay with it. And if they're not home, then you know what? Their son is in charge. And he's going to have a real good time. That's all I guarantee.
So when it comes to etiquette at a friend's house, I think that this is something you need to follow by the book. So it doesn't matter who's home. It doesn't matter if you snuck into your friend's house when their whole family's on vacation. It doesn't mean if you're there when the parents are out of town. You wipe your feet on the mat when you walk in the door. You take your shoes off. And if they're new in the neighborhood, you bring them a damn casserole to say welcome. I don't have a problem with having a good time at a friend's house, but you need to respect them, and you need to make sure that you go there and you behave better than you would if you were at your own house. Because then you'll get invited back, you'll earn the respect of the family, and no one's going to think of you as a general yahoo. While we're talking about etiquette, I want to tell you guys a story about something that happened up north in Tremblant and why Matt has no respect for sticks.
First time I saw Alex with the stick, I knew it had to go. I hated that stick. I looked like a complete fool walking around town with him and the boys.
You know, I had been walking around for, a good amount of time with this stick in my hand, helping me go along as I made my way through the forest. And, I enjoyed myself.
It looked like he was an old man. He was 17 at the time. He wasn't 70 years old. He was carrying along a stick, walking like this, pretending he had a limp. Like, what are you trying to do here?
But it's the principle, it was just a stick. I was up in the country, I was feeling a little provincial. I wanted to walk around with this stick, I was in the forest, I was having a good time.
It had to go. So I did one thing I knew I could do to destroy it. I broke it in half and threw it in the woods. Hasta la vista.
I was devastated. An hour, I knew Matt for a couple of years, and to think he would do this to me just because he didn't like it, I didn't know how to, emotionally, I couldn't handle it, so I turned around and I said, I need a moment, went behind a tree, and I stayed there for a bit.
2 minutes later, he goes behind a tree, he gets a new stick. Are you kidding me? He gets a new stick. I gotta do this all over again. This kid never learns.
Maybe I did get a new stick, but it wasn't the same as the first one. My heart was with the first stick. I had to get it back. But I knew it was too much to ask for, so I just kept my head down for the rest of the day.
Yeah. He was fine after I gave him a bit of alcohol. It's all good now. On to the next topic. I'm going to tell you here that this topic is, I don't really agree with this. And you know what? I'm going to go straight up here. I don't like what the producers are going to make me say. So I am not going to say what they want me to say. And I am just going to keep it very light. They want me to say why the politics of Quebec is great and what this and that is great. I'm not going to name any names if you know who I'm talking about. But I'm just going to say that Montreal and Quebec is actually, when you look past the politics and you look past the main leaders of Quebec, Montreal is a great city. It's great nightlife. We just experienced the Grand Prix weekend. You can't beat it anywhere else. You go any other city. Montreal is a real special city. You go out and about on any other city, you're really going to see the differences. And just take that into account when you're thinking about moving or going anywhere else.
So I was sitting in the office the other day with the producers here at the studio, and we got a visit by somebody in Quebec. They like to call themselves the language police, and they came into our studio and they looked at all our writing, they looked at all our documents, and they saw that they were only in English, and they gave us a week, just 1 week, to make everything bilingual. Otherwise, they were going to shut us down. And I think that is the biggest slap in the face, because we're not here for the Francophone crowd. No offense. But our target is the young English crowd, because we are young English people. So we were completely turned off by this. And this just extends to every other business here. I mean, what a drag. You're trying to succeed as an entrepreneur, opening a studio, a restaurant, a bar, and they're just making you fail every day. It's unacceptable. So I'm here now to discuss the downside of one of our good friends, Patrick. I find that he's just not a very involved guy. He's always staying in his house, cooped up in his room, plays a couple video games, doesn't get dressed till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And whenever you want to hang out, it always seems like he's got something going on. He's working, he's studying, he's he's locked up, cooped up. Really doesn't want to be very sociable. And the other thing too is whenever we do go over to his house, it's always like a little search for what we're gonna do. We're all sitting around like, oh, guys, what are we gonna do? And I just find that the only plus side to going to Patrick's house is the fact that I guess I'm not sitting at home by myself.
Whatever my coworker said about Patrick is completely false. Patrick was one of the most loyal, dedicated guys I know. And an unbelievable friend. Furthermore, whatever Alex said about his house is boring or whatever, I can officially and completely tell you the truth that his parties are the best parties out there. and I got at least 50 other witnesses to say so. Just ask me. I like to talk to you a place that really grinds my gears. A lot of my friends would disagree to me about this because they think it's innovative and that it's a great place to let loose. But I just find it's creepy, to say the least. First of all, the infrastructure is creepy. The things they do in there is a bit off. And I don't really see the appeal to it. It's just not my cup of tea.
I want to talk to you about the best place on earth. And when I say this, I mean this with perfect honesty. This place, guaranteed, you go there, from the second you walk in to the second you leave, you will be satisfied. There is not one thing about this location that I can complain about. If you're stressed from exams, relationship problems, issues at home, fighting with friends, you go to this location, you just knock on the door, you pay your fee, everything is taken care of for you. Sure, you might have to, get down on your hands and knees and do a little bit of dirty work, but you know what? As long as you have a good time, and as long as you can find enjoyment and enlightenment at this place, you'll never leave.
All I gotta say about this is that Alex has been there way too often, and he depends on it way too much.
So, it's been real, boys, and all you ladies out there. But I want to get a little bit more serious right now, and I want to talk about something that coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm not really sure how it's going to turn out, but all we can say is that it's going to be a really good time. This is a party called One Night. It's taking place at my house, for those of you who know where it is. I'm not going to disclose the details as to the location, but those of you who know what I'm talking about, you guys know it's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope to see you all there. We're going to have some of the best music from DJ Shady Z and DJ Sprues, very famous in Kiev and Moscow. And we're also going to have two very highly skilled bouncers and security guards working the door for all you unsavory characters who feel like making an appearance. This will be Matthew and another one of our friends, Warren, who will be fully dressed in uniform, waiting to kick you out. And they'll be sporting the brand new Ray-Ban Aviator sunglasses that were provided by our sponsor, Ray-Ban. And we hope to see some of you there, and we hope to see many of you coming in costume, because it is a costume party. Thank you.
It's really only a costume party now. None of you guys.
Long way from them hallways, filled with O's and O's. They counted always.